She's Trixie, and I'm Sarah, and this is Our Yarn World, a place we come to share the love of yarn crafts and all that it gives us and what we hope it gives you. We're on episode 227 today, and we are sharing, honestly, something kind of a little different. Still on theme, still crafting, still coming from our hearts, much more the inspiration behind it is a little different than normal. And I think that this might honestly hit a very specific part of our audience. I believe that a lot of us have been in this position where our craft sometimes becomes how we get our bread and butter.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I feel like that's where this is initially meant to come from, right? If we have a talent, if we have something that is unique to us that we can provide for the community and they would like to partake in that,
right,
then we can get some of their stuff and be able to make trade.
Yeah.
I think that I have made things to sell multiple times on this channel, but I am excited to talk about this new part of my journey where it is much more marketplace selling.
Right.
And I'd love to hear from you guys if you've ever done this.
Yeah.
But I think a long time ago you and I have done it once or twice, but it has never been something that we've done long term or on the regular.
Right. I know that we had a table with Jane once.
I remember a church event we did, at least two separate church events we had done it at, but
oh yeah, maybe a couple.
But I think the thing with that was that I don't know if we were fully prepared. I feel like in some ways we treated it like a craft sale and a yard sale mushed together.
Yeah.
Whereas this one's very directly supposed to be more of like a booth, like stuff that I plan to sell.
Yeah.
And it's a different experience for sure.
Yeah. Well, I know that this week I have been working on something totally different for me, and I am not done with it yet. It's a work in progress, but it's made out of cotton yarn. Now I normally, you can make it out of regular yarn if you wanted to. I just chose to do this because when Sarah and I took the kids shopping the other day, we went past the yarn and I found a really pretty cotton yarn that I thought I didn't know what the craft was going to be yet, but I thought it was going to be really pretty. So it's Sugar and Cream. I picked up 3 of them, and the colorway is Moon Dance. So it's really pretty. Let me see if I can find my ball. I wound all 3 of them together so I could just work on it without having to worry about starting new things. It was just all wound together when it first started. And so what I'm making is an organizer. And I got the background done. I got the background done, and see, you're not going to be able to tell very much, but okay. Can you hold that up? Okay. I did a row of
pockets.
Yeah, I did a band, and then I stitched them in 2 spots in the purple, and they fit Post-it notes. And I have some in all 3 pockets. Now it can be anything that you want. Now these taller ones that I made last night are not sewed on yet. but they will fit pens and pencils. And then I don't know what I'm going to do in the middle yet, but I'm trying to figure this out. Now the one that I saw was hooked onto a hanger so that you could just hang it to the wall. And I thought that was really clever. Now if you made it a really pretty hanger or whatever, that would be part of the design. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as hanging it yet. But if I do decide that I'm going to put it on the hanger, and I will probably bring this back next week as a finished project. But right now, it's just something that I'm working on. And I keep looking at it and I keep thinking, well, it is pretty, but it might have looked better in like a plain color. And
I don't know.
I
like it.
Depending on who you're making it for, you know. Some people love the mixture of colors. I do, but some people don't.
If you want to be able to see, if you have a yarn like this where it's busy and you're trying to see the outline of different spots, just border the finished product with black.
Yeah.
And that way you'd be able to see.
Yeah. But yeah, so far I'm just this far.
I like it. I like it. I love that you are. It's such resourcefulness to use something that you know that you have the capability of doing and solving a need that in such a unique way. Ooh, yeah. I see how they use. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, show.
So this is my inspiration, and they use just a plain color. Now I don't even know if it's cotton, but it sure looks like it is. And so it's just hanging on a hanger on the wall and organizing their things. So
yeah,
it looks like cotton, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if it is or isn't.
I just thought, you know, it's pretty, and it even has a little bow. Seems like bows are in right now, so it's just cute. And I'm thinking that it's something that I can do for now, and maybe if I figure it out, I can make more. So
Okay.
so that's what I've got done. What are you working on?
Well, I'm in a part of my current crafting journey where I really have to resource my abilities to possibly making more funds, which is fine, but I am doing my best with what I know. And me and my husband kind of thought, well, we have enough time to make a fall sort of Halloween stock, because we have like 2 months before it really hits fall.
Yeah.
And once it hits, that will be everything.
Yeah.
And I figured that if I really pushed into this, like, I might be able to make things and put them on Facebook and see if they reach a crowd, right? But then there is the reality that people like to go out and experience fall and go apple picking and cider and getting the corn stalks and all the things that this time of year with harvest and pumpkins and squash just pulls out of people, especially in a community like ours that centers around a lot of homesteading and farming. And I just know that I'm trying to be mindful of what my community would find enjoyable.
Right.
And so I am working to kind of work off of that. I was going through what I have with things in my closet that I wasn't wearing, or things that I thought would be on theme to create the stuff that I was trying to make. Because I plan to crochet and I plan to knit. I plan to use yarn for a lot of my stuff. But there is a reality that when you're making a lot of things at once, sometimes using things that, using your sewing machine and whipping things out faster is the way to go, because I'm not going to exhaust my hands.
Right, no.
To make stuff when some of it can be made in bulk. So, for example, I had this multi patterned fabric that I felt could be repurposed into making kind of like these cool throw pillow pumpkins. And so
Aren't they cool?
This is the material. I fashioned it into the pumpkin shape, and I even made a stem for the middle. And I considered making kind of like a leaf and a vine coming out of it, but because this isn't a traditional pumpkin color palette, I really wasn't vibing with any of the colors I had available to be able to make that, and I realized that it was extra and not really necessary.
Right.
And so I've made 4 of these. I only brought 2 over, but I'm thinking that I probably will make it like a set, like 2 at a time, because if I were to buy more of this material, I know I could make more of these. So hopefully people like them, but I thought these would be kind of cool throw pillows. Yeah, and they're really squishy.
And they're soft.
Soft, yes, they're very soft. I have made a lot of stuff. I'm not going to act like I haven't, but here's the thing. I'm only showing you the pumpkin section because I spend my life.
For the last week, she's been making nothing but pumpkins.
I mean, this whole entire box is nothing but pumpkins. But I'm only going to show you the 2 types I made. So I have these little ones. Again, they're in the pumpkin shape. They're in the black and white, kind of like they're in, I don't know what pattern. Oh, good Lord, I do know. It's not coming to me. I'm not going to freak out, but I made that, and then I have the stem that I really enjoyed making these stems. So I used for these a popsicle stick. I snapped them in 2 quarters. I hot glued this like really thick thread. It's almost kind of like rope. It's like, for this it would be rope, because I wanted to keep to the palette of white stem with all the black and white and gray. But if you see with this, when I made these smaller pumpkins with similar patterned fabric, plaid, but I used it's jute yarn, so it's the brown thread twine or whatever you want to call it, but I got this green ribbon, and it's kind of like in a is it a woven, I don't even know what you would call that, but it's really
like a webbing.
Yeah, it's really kind of cute. I think it turned out really nice, and these are just kind of like fun little centerpieces you can put on
like a tablescape.
Yeah. And they're just smaller pumpkins. Now, I did put bows on each one of the orange pumpkins, but I did, because these are a tad bit bigger, I did make bows for them.
That's cute.
And if I put them on, though, I would have to hot glue them, whereas the other ones, I actually manually tied them to the stems.
Okay.
So if people wanted to take them off, they could. With these ones, I'd have to hot glue them. So that's kind of the dilemma, is what if people don't want that, and then I've already permanently altered them.
You could offer them as a side. You know what I mean? So they can put it on themselves.
I've considered sewing them on. Like, I could get some light white thread, sew through the little bow, and then just tie it onto the stem, and that way someone could snip it off. I guess just tell me whether you think... I think it's cute. I don't think that it's horrible, but I guess it's just up to the individual person whether that's the style they're going for. But I
Right.
think it's cute. It's made out of that same kind of like almost it reminds me of like a burlap. That's what I was trying to say.
There you go.
These ribbon materials are kind of like burlap type, so it kind of creates all that textural differences. This is kind of made out of like that flannel. Oh, not it's cotton, but the plaid kind of reminds of flannel. You got the jute yarn that creates that texture that you find is very popular in fall. And then you have kind of like that burlap bow that it ties into all the textures that you see at this time of year.
Yeah, it really does. I'm thinking flannel and jute are really fall kind of things.
I made a whole bunch of them. It's weird because when I was cutting out both of these squares, all the squares out of the material, I was not looking or counting how many I was making for each one. Still, both of them turned out to be 13 each.
Wow.
Don't know how that happened, because one of them was made out of pants and one of them was made out of a shirt.
Okay.
So there was no way to know it was going to turn out like that, and I wasn't using a pattern, I was winging it.
Yeah.
So it just turned out the same.
That's awesome.
So I have a lot. Mom has seen some of the other stuff I've started, but I just want to show you that. I want to call this corner my pumpkin patch on my booth.
There you go.
I plan to put it in a big basket and like really present it nice. Like,
yeah.
It's gonna be my pumpkin patch section, and then I'm gonna have a whole entire army of gnomes, like garden gnomes, but they're either fall or Halloween themed. And then I'm gonna have a section that has nothing but ghosts, both candlelight ghosts, because I am using clay for some of these projects. Little signs that I'm using a wood and decal and Mod Podge to decorate, kind of like ornaments or little mini signs. Wood burning. I still will be doing crochet and knitted projects, but that's gonna be, I'm not quite sure where all the things I'm willing to do for all that is.
Hey, you're still stitching.
And I have my wall, my loom, my big hoop, like mandala star stuff that I have that I'm going to be selling all in this because I'm planning to make it more themed to this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I really think that I can really pull this together and hopefully make a decent profit. And
right.
You know, what I'm thinking is this, and this is something I haven't really actually sat down to really ponder all the pros and cons for, so you tell me. I'm thinking that what I do is I maybe make a Facebook page for this, and then when I go to the booth, and if it hopefully it does well, hopefully, because I have a lot of stuff, that maybe I can offer people my page, and then when I start being like, okay, it's going into winter, it's going into this, it's going into that, I have more than just a booth to sell from. I have Facebook, I have other places that I can hopefully contact people if they want to ask me to make something.
Right.
Or things I have made in the past. It's just, I don't know, because I'm only one person, so it's one of those things where it's scary to set up this expectation when...
Yeah. If it was me, I would only make so many and only have so many, and then when they're out, and you work on something else after that, because if you keep making them for other people, it's going to take up so much more of your time.
Well, not only that, I was thinking what I would do is I would have a stock, and when they're out, they're out.
Yep.
Then I might have what's called the 3 custom slots. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. We're going to figure it out. Some of this is trial and error, and honestly, in a lot of cases, I might be just pulling from other people's experiences. I'll probably look it up and see what the right course of action is.
Right.
Because I'm hoping for success, but if I make a big stock and then it ends up not selling well, that's its own hurdle. So one thing at a time. I shouldn't be really thinking too far into the future just yet, but I'm hoping that this becomes a bit steady where navigating bigger stocks at a time actually isn't a waste of my time.
Right.
So it's kind of one of those, I'm making bigger stock, let's see how that works for me, and also if that does work, what's the next step? And because I've been kind of thinking through that, I just was sharing that with you. But either way, I'm hoping that it ends up turning out well. But that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So Sarah picked out a quote today.
I did. I found this quote, and it was really funny because my mom had just got done seeing stuff that I was working on. She's like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
So it's, crafting is the art of turning ordinary objects into extraordinary things.
Yes.
I don't know whether we've done this quote before. We might have. So. But it's by Unknown. So I feel like a lot of what we've talked about today, the concept of really repurposing, using your skill set.
Using what you have.
It comes from a place of getting it done and either serving a need or making art that others will enjoy and enjoy having in their space.
Yeah.
And it's all about seeing what something can turn into. It's a metamorphosis. So, yeah.
Crafting is the art of turning ordinary objects into extraordinary things.
So, we thank you for joining us today, and hopefully we're able to spark some inspiration for you as well. If you have any tips or tricks for either one of our projects, or even just any thoughts about have you ever been in this similar spot where you're trying to maybe make a wall hanging that could whether it can hold weight or not, what sort of materials you should use for that, or have you ever made stuff to sell at a bigger booth than just one-on-one orders? Just let us know.
And if you like this kind of video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, comment. Let us know what you're working on.
Yes, we always enjoy it. I mean, the other day we saw one viewer comment it was like a Halloween blanket.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a C2C type blanket and a Snoopy that our Groomie that she had made. And it's just so much fun because we live next to Michigan Adventures where there is it's Snoopy, Peanuts, Charles Schultz,
not Mark. Yeah, we wanted to make sure that we got that corrected from last week.
That is where their theme park is. So when we think of Snoopy and all that, we think of our own local park. So, theme park. So awesome. But as always, we hope that you enjoyed sharing time with us today and that your crafts go well. Again, they don't have to be perfect. They just have to get done.
Yeah.
And done is sometimes the most rewarding thing you can do.
Yes.
So just focus on getting done and then looking at what you've made. You made it. You learned from it, and it's okay if it's not perfect.
Yeah.
And until next time, we hope that you stitch your way
to mental health.
Bye-bye.